Yo, what's going on everyone? Miles Midoriya here with the review and recap of All-American Season 5, Episode 18. First up, in the beginning at the Baker's house, Olivia, Layla, and Coop are waiting on Jamie to bring breakfast. Olivia brings up that she's going to be checking out the spring club fair because she wants to embrace college life a little bit more. Coop and Layla thought whatever she's going to be doing won't last that long. Just then, Jamie popped up, then the scene went to the beach house. Once again, they still don't have any food in their refrigerator. Jordan said he would have went, but he's starting to get sick. Asher walks in, Jordan asked him what the house meeting was about, and Asher guessed that JJ told them, but they wanted to hear it from him. Then we see Jamie and Asher tell them that they're having a baby, and they were so happy. While laughing, Asher called Spencer and Jordan idiots, and Spencer said, "What are uncles for?" Jordan's realizing he's gonna be an uncle, so everybody took it well, and they got some supportive friends right there. Later on after football practice, which didn't go too well, Spencer and Jordan are noticing that the other players haven't been on the same page for like a week. This dude Evan, like always, started dancing and laughing. Kai and Sal wasn't too happy about how he was acting. They almost got into a fight, especially after Evan said he's playing football with walk-ons and a cast of the replacements. He said it feels like a joke. Jordan went to go break things up, and Jordan let him know that Kai and Sal gave up a lot to be on that team. Evan brought up Jaden Davis, as everyone knows now is Olivia article affecting the team. You already know Spencer said something. He told him to watch his mouth. As Kenny was walking out from his office, he heard Evan letting everyone know they team sucks because of what happened. He don't want to hear nothing from her brother or the guy who was trying to act like a team captain when they all know he quit on them for like 2 months. Spencer looked like he was ready to fight, but we all know he's trying to change a little bit. He could have still said something, but Kenny interrupted. He told them that their whole week has been trash. They're out of sync and they aren't communicating. If they don't get on the same page and trust each other, it's going to be a long and painful season. I don't blame them for telling them that. They gotta fix what's going on and work as a team. Also, Evan is wildin' speaking to everyone like that. We all know if this was Spencer from a couple seasons ago, he would have fought him. And if this was Jordan, well, he's kind of growing up a little bit more, but if this was Jordan from earlier on in the season, plus the past 4 seasons and All-American Homecoming, he would have punched him. Olivia was exploring the different things to do on the campus, and when she was reading something, this woman basically told her she's not going to sign up for their soup kitchen and she's going to have to ask her to keep moving. That is not a good start if you trying to get somebody to sign up for something. She was reading what was on the table. Olivia brought up some of the stuff she has done, and once the woman realized she was a cotillionaire, she was happy until she found out she was Olivia Baker. At that point, she didn't want her to be a part of anything. Olivia wondered if she had a boyfriend on the football team, but she just doesn't want her to ruin a sorority. It's some stuff that they want to keep to themselves, and they think she might say something. Olivia looks like she not having a good head start on trying to experience college life more. In the classroom, Coop is talking about a case, and her professor, who in a way may be trying to help her, is nitpicking here and there some of the stuff that she's doing. He did tell her again to change some of the words that she uses, which is understandable. While in court, some words may not have her be taken seriously as a lawyer. Jumping over to GAU, Spencer went to go see Coach Kenny. He let him know it was his bad for what happened earlier. Kenny said he's less bothered about him stepping up to Evan than seeing him fall back. Spencer told him he didn't want to escalate things, but Kenny let him know him letting Evan check him for quitting the team, he lost credibility in that locker room. It's a problem for Kenny because he was counting on Spencer to lead. He wondered if it was some sort of guilt thing. He wanted Spencer to know that he moved on. Spencer said it's not guilt, but if he didn't fall back, he didn't know if he could keep himself from knocking Evan out. We all knew it because he looked like he was about to fight him, but stopped himself. Spencer let him know that he's still working on things with Dr. Spears. He misses Coach Baker every day, and Kenny told him he hears him and he respects that he made the right call, but it doesn't change what they saw in that locker room. Spencer told him that he's going to step up and he won't let him down. That was a good conversation. He let Kenny know why he acted the way he did, and Kenny let him know he's got to fix what's going on with the team. So he's going to have to come up with something to have everyone work together and trust each other. At the beach house, Spencer's talking to Alicia about what happened, and she suggested that he have a pool party with the team at the Baker's house, assuming it's cool with everyone there. Spencer said he wanted to cancel dinner plans with his mom then. Let's see how that pool party goes. I don't think it's gonna go the way he thinks it will. Back to Olivia, she runs into Davita and she tells her that she likes the outfits that everyone has on. Davita brings up about their joint Black Student Union and West African Student Association fashion show. She said they lost some models because of the flu that's going around. Olivia asked if there's anything that she could do, and Davita told her that she could join the BSU. She didn't mind since things didn't go so well with Blair. Davita told her to ignore Blair, and second, she can help out with the fashion show. I think that's a better fit for Olivia joining the BSU. Over at the house, Layla brings Jordan some soup. He might have been overdoing it a little bit with him being sick. It kind of reminded me of Martin Lawrence from the Martin Show when Gina had to take care of him. He was wondering if she brought the vitamin C gummy. She thought he was joking. She said he fractured his hand and survived a serious concussion. How is a cold as kryptonite? He said, is she trying to call him Superman? Before she left, she gave him a kiss, even though he tried to tell her not to because he didn't want to get her sick, which was the right thing to do because she did get sick later on. Downstairs, Asher thought he was about to hug Jamie, but it turned out to be her sister Casey, which was awkward. That was not a good first impression. At the college, Coop is with Skye and Coop mentions Patient's song, and Skye was acting kind of funny, which we all know why. Coop let her know about her professor and how he's been acting towards her, and Skye told her to call him out on it, tell him that she doesn't appreciate his comments. Coop didn't like that idea too much. She just got into the class as a student. Just then, Skye got a text from someone who we all know who it is. Other video of her in the studio with Patience. That advice that she gave to Coop may not turn out the way she thinks it's gonna go, and Miko wasted no time with that video, but we'll see how it plays out later. Olivia shows up to help out Davida, and Davida thought she was gonna be stuck with the B team, which one of them did come by and she was nervous, but Davida motivated her to get the job done. Olivia noticed some of the BSU events. Davida said they partner with companies around the world for the cultural exchange internship, and she suggested to Olivia she'd be great for it. I wonder if that's a hint for something to come in the future. Because Davida needs help, Olivia called Kia. She let her know that she's good at dancing, but Kia had one condition, that Olivia dances well, and Olivia said she would. It's nice to see Kia pop up again in more than one episode. Olivia gets a chance to dance again, but that internship I think will pop up again. Over at the beach house, Asher is a little down about Jamie's sister, seeming like she doesn't like him. He wants to make sure everything is good between them. She's the first family member of hers he's met. Jamie let him know she's overprotective and thinks they're too young to have kids. She told him not to worry about it. He did bring up about the two of them moving in together. She knew he was looking at places, but she didn't want to rush things because of Casey. That is fair. They should be moving at their own pace, and either way, no matter what her sister thinks, I think Jamie would still be with Asher because she knows what type of person he is. Spencer's having dinner with Grace and he's talking to her about what's going on. He even mentioned that Evan didn't even show up at the baker's house. She didn't really agree with the whole pool party idea and thought it may cause a round two of them almost fighting. She told him to figure out a way to convince them to channel that conflict towards the opposing team instead of each other. She's not wrong. The pool party seemed like a good idea, but if that's it, they may argue again. Then the other option is for him to find some other way for them to get along, but what could it be? At the beach house, Asher, Jamie, and Casey had spent some time together. She told Jamie to get some rest, and after she left, it wasn't too good. He did tell her he loves her sister and he will take care of her and their baby. Casey was upset. He agreed with Jamie stopping her medication and it could be dangerous, and the look on his face said it all. He didn't know. She told him the fact that he didn't know tells her everything she needs to know. She said he seems like an alright guy, but that doesn't mean he's ready to take care of her sick sister and her child. I don't think she's giving Asher a fair chance. I get that she's worried and she cares about her sister, but Jamie probably had to deal with Casey being that worried a lot, but she's not letting it bother her. Plus, she probably already knew that it would be dangerous. Also, we know Asher has grown through the years. She doesn't know that, but he would do a good job taking care of Jamie and the baby. Outside GAU, Spencer runs into Olivia. She lets him know that she's helping Davida set up for BSU's fashion show. She mentioned that she heard what happened in the locker room and apologized. He let her know she doesn't have to apologize for that. She did the right thing and that it will blow over eventually. He asked her if she needs some help and she told him not unless he knows some male models that could help out with the show because the ones Davida had got the flu. That thing is making its way around. Before Spencer walked off, he got the idea that they could help each other out, which is he's gonna have a football team join the fashion show. Back to Asher and Jamie, he has a conversation with her about her not taking her meds anymore. He felt like she should have told him, and she said it's between her and her doctor. She told him she had people tell her how to manage her health for as long as she can remember, and if she lets other people's fears of what might happen dictate how she lives her life, she'd never leave home or met him. She said she doesn't want another Casey in her life telling her to be afraid of living. He wondered what she meant, and she said he doesn't have a say in it. From that point of view, it's understandable. Also, it would be good if they communicate more, Asher not going overboard, and Jamie letting them know what she's doing, but she is doing what's best for her and living her life. Also, from past experiences that she had and the way he's acting is most likely why she didn't say anything. Coop's having a talk with her professor about how he's been acting towards her. He told her when he let her into the class he knew she required a little more help and he doesn't mind putting in the extra work. He told Coop why he assigned a closing argument, and when a jury sits through an entire trial and the only thing standing between them and a verdict is how each lawyer presents their case. Coop told him has he ever thought that some of those juries are made up of people just like her. She gets that he thinks he's being helpful, but nitpicking of every word that she says is the opposite of helpful. She said she'd like it to stop, and he told her he won't make that same mistake again. Coop may think she did a good job, but it will affect her later on. Coop isn't wrong about the juries being made up of people like her, but she has to understand that there's a time and place to use certain words for certain situations. The professor was just trying to make sure she is prepared for when she actually becomes a lawyer in the future. It might seem annoying at first, but him saying that he was trying to help should have been all that she needed to hear. Because most likely, Laura would have done the same thing too. People will look at how she acts and the words she uses to judge her as a lawyer and a case that's going on. Asher went to the baker's house and he has a talk with Layla and Jordan. He wanted to know if he was overreacting. Layla says she gets where Jamie is coming from. She made her decision with her doctor. They both understand the risk a lot better than him or Casey. She has the right to make the decision that's best for her, and he has the right to worry about the woman he loves. They are going to share a child together, and they need to talk to each other. Even if she's the one who shut him out, a lifetime of people second guessing her decisions about her health probably taught her not to include other people. Asher wondered if he should let it go. Layla told him to show her that he trusts her and that she knows what's best. He told her thanks, and before he left, Jordan had something to say as well. Jordan said that's what Asher loves about Jamie. She's not afraid to live. In addition to what Layla said, he loves that risk taking part of her that scares him so much. He told Jordan he won't, and thanks for what he said. After Asher left, Layla sneezed, which y'all remember what happened earlier. She kissed Jordan, but he did try to warn her. Layla and Jordan gave some great advice, and she was on point with her saying that everyone always second guessing her decisions probably started to affect her. Her and her doctor most likely talked about everything, and she is taking a chance to make sure that everything is possibly good for her and the baby. The football team shows up, and they still aren't getting along. Evan was talking about how the school is a stop to the NFL for Spencer. Sal and Kai get a second chance, and for him, GAU is the last team that he will ever play for. So he lets them know that he cares about the team. So he's finally talking about something with meaning instead of just talking about everybody else. Olivia told them that she doesn't regret what she did regarding the article, but she won't claim that it didn't hurt the team's chances next year, and she's sorry that it had to be on his last year. Evan said he didn't mind that Garrett wasn't at the college, but what was the point of what they are doing? Spencer said they all care about GAU, and he mentioned about him quitting the team, and he apologized. But he came back because he wants to build where everyone said they should break. He wants to come back from the bowl ban in a way nobody sees coming, in a way they could all be proud of, and everyone agreed, and they are good now. For the fashion show part, they weren't going to participate at first until they saw the women models and they said they're going to be a part of it. Everything worked out for everybody. The football team is good and they got the models for the fashion show. Later on, Davita's freaking out that two of her dancers got sick. Just then, Olivia said she would take over the last part and Davita wondered who's going to dance the guys part. Kia told them she has an idea, which she might be trying to get Spencer for that part. Back at the classroom, Coop's group is going up to present, and when she went up there to speak, the professor told her after some thoughts he decided to go with someone else to talk for the group. When he did that, she asked him is he benching her because she stood up for herself. He said he's just adhering to her wishes. She was feeling picked on, so he picked someone else. See, what Skye told her didn't help her at all. Now she's probably going to have to find another way to get back to presenting again. Asher meets back up with Jamie and he tells her that he loves her and that the decision about her health is hers and he shouldn't have questioned that. They're going to be sharing a child together and he can be a real partner to her if she keeps him in the dark, especially with the hard stuff. She's going to need people to share the responsibilities and he's there to be one of them. He told her the thing that he loves about her is how she embraces life and he doesn't want to be another Casey in her life saying that she should be afraid. And it turned out that Casey was there because she's going to the fashion show with them. There goes another reason she might be irritated at him, but him and Jamie are good now. At the fashion show, Coop and Skye are talking, and Sky's talking about helping out Coop with what's going on with her professor. If she don't drop it and leave it alone, Coop let her know that she's always there for her, and she told her that she loves her, and you could just see the guilty look on Sky's face. Coach Kenny showed up, and we see him texting Spencer, why was he there? They all popped up, and I think Kenny knew at that point. He texted them and said they're looking like a team. Kenny wasn't the only one sending messages. Coop got one too, and by the look on her face, it must have been a video of Skye and Patience. The dance performance went good. Now it's time for the next one with the women and the men. The performance from everyone was on point, especially Spencer and Olivia, because Alicia started to see something between the two of them while they was dancing. That was kind of sad to see, especially with her seeing that right in front of her, but after a while she would have noticed it sooner or later, but it was still wild she had to see that. After the show, Olivia tells Davita that she wants to do more and experience more, so she's going to apply to the BSU's cultural exchange program. Over at the beach house, Casey's bringing in some luggage, and she lets him know that she's not going to stop worrying about her sister, but she's glad she knows people who support her through the good and the bad. Asher asked about the suitcase, and it was Jamie. She told him that them living together is a good idea. They can save money for a place, and Jordan and Spencer offered for them to stay there and keep living with them for a while. That was a good moment for the two of them. It looks like he fixed things with the sister just a little bit, and him and Jamie seem like they're on the same page. Jordan goes to see Layla, she's sick, and he brought those vitamin C gummies that he mentioned earlier, and she said they were good. He tells her that the advice that they gave Asher worked, and Jamie's gonna be moving into the beach house. Spencer gets back home and Alicia's packing her bag. Spencer told her that he was gonna say that they need to have a talk, and she said she already figured. That dance with Olivia was loud and clear. He apologized to her, and she said he did make it clear that he wasn't over her, and he asked her not to let him off the hook, and she said she wasn't. She told him he could have handled things better and that she deserves better, and she can take responsibility for not seeing things, and that's when she left. Kinda sad she had to go through a similar situation as her last relationship. At a point in time, both could have walked away that night or the next when everyone had gathered for Spencer. He was gonna go talk to Olivia, but Alicia showed up. He could have told her that night or the next day. Also that night, Alicia could have showed up, not trying to get back together, but as support. Or maybe not at all and just left completely so she wouldn't have to go through that breakup. Or maybe even long before. In the last scene, Coop and Skye get home and she knows something's wrong with Coop. And Coop was wondering why Skye called her up out of the blue and she wanted to patch things up. She wanted to talk to Coop about things and Coop said she was done. She showed her the video and that's where the episode ends. That was pretty wild. First she messed up in class and then someone she cared about kissed someone else, and we know something related to that's going to pop up in the next episode. Overall, that was a pretty good episode. Olivia found something that she enjoys, and I wonder if she's going to be making a choice between Spencer or the trip, because I doubt it's going to be that easy for them to date while they aren't close. Plus, neither one of them will want the other to give up what they enjoy, and the whole point of Olivia going on the trip is for her to do more stuff. And who knows, some time apart might do them good. Coop's part in the episode, the first part of it, I was like, it was alright, but second time watching the episode, it was pretty cool. She could learn a lot from what happened. Comment below, what did you think about the episode and what was your favorite part from it? Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.